Yeah.
What's her name? Make sure I got the right one.
Okay, let me see here.
Let's not be her. Or maybe their Quorum numbers don't match there.
Might be.
Yeah, it must be. Let me see this.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for girls basketball action on TableRockSports.net. Jim McCoy along with Wyatt Rainey getting ready for senior night as the Cascade Christian Challenger girls get ready to take on the Sutherlin Bulldogs. I tell you what, this Bulldog team, impressive as they always are. Historically, this Northern Douglas County team almost always among the best in their classification, and this year is no different. Tonight, the Bulldogs coming in with a 21-1 record and a perfect 8-0 record in league. Was just talking with Mark McLemore a couple of moments ago, and their 5'5 junior guard, Micah Wicks, he said, just look out. She's just, that's worth the price of admission to watch this girl play. Meanwhile, for the Challengers, it's senior night, and the Challengers with two seniors that will be recognized this evening, one of them being Callie Sweem. And we will go ahead and carry that senior recognition ceremony when that comes up. Callie, throughout her time here at Cascade Christian, multi-sport athlete, always, and no matter what sport you're talking about, whether it's volleyball, whether it's basketball, or whether it's softball, that she brings the same thing, that she'll give you intensity. Her nickname, being a redhead, And the name Cali, they call her Caliente, as in hot. And she is a fiery competitor. And it shows, we'll see it out on the floor every now and then. You might even think, gosh, she almost seems like she's almost a little rough out there. If you didn't know any better, you would think she had 5 older brothers or something, the way she gets out there and competes. But she's a great competitor. One of the things that she's done this year to help the challengers out is that she's worked on her shot, and so she'll be a girl that can give them a little bit of a scoring touch, and that comes in handy to go along with Jordan Jones, Timna Robertson, and the emerging Julia Brem. Also in that mix this year, COVID's kind of done funny things with sports, with schools all over the country. And last year here at Cascade Christian, what we saw, big senior class last year. A lot of senior athletes on that team, some really good quality players. This year, only 2 seniors on the team. And lots of freshmen on there, small senior class for Cascade. But one of the seniors that we're used to seeing in other sports, namely cross country and track, Jerusha Purier, came out for basketball this year, and she's been a player that Jeff Robertson can turn to give you some minutes in a game, get up and down the floor, and you know you're going to get good effort, that you've got some good athleticism there, and all the things that you need just to go out there and do a solid job. So both of them will be recognized as we get ready for the start of tonight's ball game. Today's game is brought to you in part by Avista Utilities and our friends from My Circle K, powered by GP Energy. Morning motivation, crunch in your lunch, and fuel for your road trip begins with My Circle K. We'll go ahead and take a quick timeout, and when we return, we'll get you ready for the start of tonight's ball game, the Challengers and the Bruins, right here on TableRockSports.net.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
This year, don't just replace your windows, renew them with beautiful and energy-efficient windows from Bill's Glass. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home or auto, as well as the trusted industry leader for...
At 4, Liz will bid online and win. Yes! Yes! Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with Crispy Crunchy Chicken's mouth-watering chicken and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
Welcome back to the Cascade Christian Pavilion. Jim McCoy along with Wyatt Rainey on the camera, getting ready for the start of tonight's ball game. Senior recognition night. Both teams gathered at their respective benches, and I'm anticipating, here we go. We'll turn it over to public address announcer and Cascade Christian Middle School PE teacher Fred Alexander.
Our seniors as they prepare to play in their last home contest. Cascade Christian would like to take a moment to thank these athletes and their parents for their dedication, commitment, hard work, and sacrifice. Athletes, as I call your name, please proceed towards the middle of the court with your parents. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first senior, Jerusha Purrier, also known as Carrie, and her parents Denise and Scott Purrier. The Purriers attend Evans Valley Bible Church. Jerusha enjoys sleep and gardening. She also volunteers her time in the children's ministry at Evans Valley Bible Church. The best memory Jerusha has is playing basketball and is simply getting an opportunity to play with a great group of girls. After high school, Jerusha plans on attending Road Community College and traveling. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerusha Purrier. Please welcome our last senior, Callie Sween, and her parents, Michelle and David Sween. The Sweens attend Eagle Point Community Bible and New Life Nazarene. Callie enjoys go-karting, thrifting, working out, and sleeping. She volunteers her time working with special needs kids and serving coffee at her church. Her favorite moment in basketball is when Coach got 2 tentacles and then took the team out for ice cream. After high school, Callie plans on going to school for fire investigation, then attend the Firefighter Academy for training. Thank you, Jerusha and Callie, for being all about our challenge program. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start with these seniors.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Callie Sween and Jerusha Purrier, the seniors for this young challenger basketball team, playing their last home game of the season. They'll wrap things up like the boys will on Friday night against the St. Mary's Crusaders over at their place. And the challengers gave the Crusaders quite a battle before bowing by 2 points on that particular game. So it'll be interesting to see how that matchup goes on Friday evening. And that game will be video streamed for you on TableRockSports.net. Now here's the starting lineups for tonight's game.
And here we go. A freshman, number 22, Madison Clark. A sophomore, number 10, Madison Wagner. A sophomore, number 5, Josie Vermillion. A junior, number 4, Ava Gill. And the junior, number 2, Michael Wicks. And now get on your feet and make some noise, because here they come. The Cascade Challengers! A freshman, number 1, Jordan Jones! A sophomore, number 30, Timna Robertson! A junior, 5'10", number 25, Wade Pearson. A
Our starters for tonight's ball game. The seniors will take the floor in the starting lineup. Sweem typically does, and Perrier getting an opportunity to start tonight in the last home game of her career. And again, setting that lineup for the Bulldogs. You got 5'5" guard Micah Wicks, 5'6" junior guard Ava Gill, 5'8" sophomore wing Madison Wagner, 6'1" freshman Addison Clark, and Josie Vermillion, a 5'10" sophomore. This will be a tough team for the Challengers to take on tonight, but Cascade going to go out there and, like they have, grind it out all season long. This Challenger team with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 freshmen. Wicks out of backcourt, pulls up at the free throw line, feeds it for Vermillion. Shot is off target. Offensive rebound, put back up and in. And Vermillion, who I remember from volleyball season, is out there on the floor. Steal by the Bulldogs. Wicks out of backcourt at the corner of the free throw line. Swings a pass. Now they get to the free throw line. Down in the short corner. Good ball movement. And right there, all alone for the basket, Addison Clark. Steal by Sutherlin. Going to the hole. Laying it up and in for 2. Ava Gill. 3 baskets so far. 3 different players for Sutherlin. Jones out of backcourt, and a steal by the Bulldogs, but as Madison Wagner tried to go up the floor with it, she ended up losing the handle on the basketball. It'll be Cascade ball. Jones out of backcourt. Sweem. Perrier gonna shoot. Shot short, goes out of bounds. Last touched by Cascade. Wicks at the point, fires it down on the corner, and the three-point bomb is good. That's Madison Wagner, 4th different player to score for the Bulldogs. We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. It's a 9-0 ball game. We'll be back after these messages.
At 3 o'clock, Carter's campaign for class president will go live. His platform?
Thirsty for change?
Juice boxes for all. At 4, Liz will bid online and win.
Yes! Yes!
Which is why at 2, I'm down the street preparing for the storm. So no matter what, the show will go on.
Daily adventures start right here at Pinnacle 365. You'll find exactly what you need for your morning motivation. Later in the day, add some crunch to your lunch with crispy, crunchy chicken's mouth-watering chicken and chicken tenders. Wherever your next adventure takes you, we're here to keep you energized throughout the day. And our new Peak Rewards program helps you save money on fuel so you can travel further for less. Daily adventures are better with Pinnacle 365.
While we were away at the break, Challengers trying to break that press. Perrier, just as she was crossing midcourt, called for the over and back. Shot by Sutherlin. That one misses the target. Jones with the rebound. Outlets for Sweem. Working her way against Wicks. Ball is taken away. There with it is Wagner. Drives up the floor, and there's Pearson to grab the carom. Jones. Up the floor they go. Jones will go ahead, drive to the hoop. Her shot just got a little bit too far underneath. But a foul called against Sutherlin. That'll send Jones to the free throw line. She had 11 points last night to lead the Challengers scoring attack against Douglas, along with Julia Brem. First free throw attempt by Jones. Rims off. Brem into the ball game. Jerusha Perrier will check out of the lineup. Second attempt on its way. That one a little bit long. Brem gets a hand on it, but the Bulldogs run it down. Quickly up the floor they go. It's like they got eyes in the back of their head, and their scoring is Vermillion, her second bucket of the ball game to make it 11-0. Robertson going to shoot. Robertson gets the challengers on the board. Timna Robertson. And with 5:26 to go here in the first, timeout called on the floor. We will take one as well. It's 11-3. We'll be back in 1 minute.
From the moment you enter the court. We're there to serve, make sure we're creating a fair atmosphere for both teams, upholding the integrity of the game.
I chose to be an official when I was a senior in high school, 17 years old. I think it's the best decision I've made. You could play, and you could make extra money on the weekends on the side, and why not?
In life, things aren't scripted. Games aren't pre-scripted. You know, I got into it.
Back to action. Bulldogs with the basketball. Attempt off the side of the backboard. Jones comes with it out of traffic. Up the floor she goes for Brem. Brem with the basketball. Going to charge hard to the hole. Her shot attempt no good, but she's there with the hustle for the rebound. Jones with the ball to Brem. Brem can shoot it from there, and her shot just rims off. And there is Wicks with the rebound. Good move out of traffic there to shake the defender Sweem. Up top it goes, around the horn. Making a move to the hoop, that is Clark. And the challengers need to try to get a rebound here if they can, and there's Jones. Jones, foul in the backcourt. Looks like she might have taken a little shot in the mouth there. Foul called against Vermillion. Bulldogs showing that full court pressure. Jones going to need a little bit of help. Sweem is there. Bounce pass up the floor, so they break it. Jones. And got a ball loose on the floor. All kinds of craziness going on. We have a whistle and a foul called. They're going to call a foul on Lainey Pearson. That'll be her first personal foul of the ball game. For the challengers, their first team foul of the night. Almost midway through the first quarter of the ball game. Jones, active hands defensively, and you like to see that. Even if they don't come up with the steal, they break up the flow of the offense. Taking the inbound. Wicks, they'll feed it inside. Wagner is there, and she scores. Madison Wagner with 5 in the ball game. And the Bulldog lead is 10. Meanwhile, out of backcourt, Robertson with the basketball. Feeds it to Sweem. Sweem, though, takes steps. And with the turnover, the Bulldogs will get it back. Wicks moving left of the paint. Finds a cutter. Making a move to the hoop is Addison Clark. She's just a freshman at 6'1". Got to imagine that this is going to be one of those players that as she learns and grows, she's going to be, if not already, a key piece to this Bulldog puzzle. First free throw attempt, nothing but net. Clark now with 3 in the game to make it 14-3. Second attempt on its way, and it's good. .337 to go in the first. Brem quickly up the floor to Sweem. Sweem makes a move to the hoop. Shot no good, but Pearson with the offensive rebound. Now Jones will try it. Shot rims off. Wicks out of backcourt. Guarded by Brem. We'll feed it down on the baseline. Open shot. Can't get it to go. Now Jones with the rebound for the Challengers. Sweem, Jones protecting the ball. Brem going to drive now, and her shot is rejected by the Bulldogs. Wicks up the floor. Wicks lays it up and in. That's her first field goal of the ball game. Bounce pass up the floor. Now for Brem. Sweem. Jones with it now, guarded by Wicks. Robertson going to make a move. Feeds it for Pearson. Pearson in the corner. And a steal by Wicks. Wicks out of backcourt. Should do a little Euro step. Can't get the shot to go. Shot from the corner. And the three-pointer good by Madison Wagner. That's 8 in the ball game for her. Steal. And now driving the floor, there is Sweem with the defense. And the Challengers get the ball back. Once again, you see that 2-1-2 full court pressure. Jones. And it is broken up. Wicks fires from the free throw line, and it's good. Micah Wicks with 4 in the ball game. Balanced scoring by the Bulldogs. Pearson. Bounce pass for Robertson. Screen. Robertson going to shoot. Her shot just a little bit off target. Sweem underneath trying to fight for that rebound. Wagner also there. Now Bella Williams, junior guard, will make her first appearance of the night. Also have a pair of substitutions into the ball game for Sutherlin. One of them, Madison Huntley, a 6'2 freshman. Robertson to Sweem. Sweem going to penetrate. Goes to the hole, but her shot is blocked. Out of traffic comes Wicks. She goes behind the back. She'll shoot from 3. Her shot just a little bit long. Wicks feeds it inside. Making a move to the hoop is Clark. She's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. Foul will be called against Jordan Jones. That'll be her first personal of the ball game. That's 3 team fouls against the Challengers. Free throw attempt. That one in and out. So Clark now 2 for 3 from the charity stripe, but she's got another one coming. Pearson back in the ball game for the Challengers. Second attempt, that's good. Jones, quickly up the floor for Sweem. Brem to Jones, fires it for Sweem down in the corner. And Williams trying to save it. It ends up going out of bounds. Well, there would have been the over and back aspect of it, too. Also in the ball game is Paige Edmondson, 5'3" sophomore, wearing number 1 for Sutherlin. So she's in there along with Wicks. You also have Clark, Vermillion, and a travel called against Sutherlin. So with 22 seconds left to go here in the first, Challengers can see if they can't take some of the edge off of this. Sutherlin remaining with full court pressure. Sweem. Her pass just a little bit short. You can see what she was trying to do there in terms of getting it for Brem. But the Bulldogs there to break it up. Meanwhile, Wicks, her shot misses the target. Ball goes out of bounds. Sutherlin will keep possession with 1.7 to go in the first quarter of play. Clark with the inbound. Wick's going to shoot. And they'll count the shot. Micah Wicks with 7 in the quarter. After 1, it is the Bulldogs 26. The Challengers with 3 will be back after this timeout on TableRockSports.net.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
The President's Day event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3-peat Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a President's Day event deal all month long on every new vehicle in stock. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
All right, we're getting ready to start here, the start of the second quarter. And, well, we've got a little help here in the broadcast booth tonight.
Yes, sir.
And Brendan Van Wart, what brings you to this neck of the woods on a Wednesday night?
I just came back down here to support my friends and watch them on senior night.
So the Challengers, of course, when you got the number 3 team in the state against a rebuilding team such as the Challengers are, no real surprises here. Brem's going to go ahead and shoot it. That shot a little bit long. Good hustle by Swaim, but they're going to say that she was out of bounds as she tried to save it. And so let me see here. Do you do any winter sports, or you kind of take some time off and then?
I'm mostly just taking time off, doing baseball practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So gonna go out for baseball this year, huh?
Yep. Excited.
Awesome.
Hopefully, have a good team.
Well, new coach this year, and definitely got some guys who can play.
Yeah.
Just be a matter of, I think, to a certain degree, figuring out who's got the arms, and
Yeah, we have some good players such as Austin and Cody and Ashton Moody.
Yeah, I think those make some pretty darn good building blocks.
Yeah.
So where do you play on the field?
Mostly outfield.
Okay. Well, need those guys to run down the fly balls. Meanwhile, Brem with the basketball, and it is broken up by Vermillion and Sutherlin. Wicks pulls up at the free throw line, and her jumper just a little bit long, but the rebound offensively taken by Sutherlin. Vermillion now to Wicks. And this girl can just light it up.
Sutherland's very good.
21-1 and undefeated in league.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know what they're ranked?
Number 3. So I'm thinking if these guys are number 3, then what must number 1 be like?
Yeah.
That's just crazy. But this Sutherland team that's always been one of the best in the state. We're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. Right now, the Challengers lead trail in the ball game 26-3. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between $7,000 and $10,000. At Conger Morris, a full-service funeral, including...
Well, I thought they were going to call a timeout, but apparently they didn't. So, which I thought it was kind of an interesting spot, for a timeout. Brendan Van Wart, what he doesn't know is I get a chance to see your sister play quite a bit. So, as a matter of fact, I don't know whether you saw. Did you see the 7th grade game today?
Oh, yeah, I did. Or no, I watched 7th. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess the last I heard, the Challengers were up like 30-17, and the game was just about over.
Yeah.
So
they won by quite a bit against Kids Unlimited.
Yeah. And then the girls, the 6th grade girls, played later, and then they ended up taking the W there. I wasn't sure against Kids Unlimited, knowing that was a program that was a charter school founded by the South Medford girls basketball coach.
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly surprised. And there's Belly Williams with the jumper. She knocks it down from the baseline to give the Challengers their second field goal of the ball game. Well, you playing football, we got a jumper there by Madison Huntley. It is now a 28-5 ball game. So you play on the football team. That obviously means early bird waits even in this time of year.
Yep.
Lainey Pearson with it. Put back attempt by Jones. She can't get it to go. And we have a whistle and a foul called against Sutherlin. Maybe I ought to just have you take over. I'll go make a sandwich or something.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
No, but anyway, we got Jones at the free throw line. She's a good player.
She is very good. Good defender.
Well, the thing about her, and that's just her first point of the ball game, leading scorer for the Challengers. Just about on any given night, for leading score, it's either going to be her or it's going to be it's going to be Timna Robertson. Now Julia Brem starting to come along as a player and so forth. And I don't know. We'll talk about a little bit about this. I mean, it was kind of cool to come in to the gym tonight before the boys' game. I saw Bryson Cannon in the house and saw the Moody boys running around in here and stuff like that. Talk a little bit about, the one thing I think is kind of cool is get that sense now that things are starting to loosen up a little bit, that you guys are coming out and trying to show your support for your classmates who play on other teams.
Yeah, it's fun coming out and supporting our friends.
So now in football, a lot of people may not know you, but for during football season, we had a chance to see you some at linebacker, mostly. Seems like if I remember right, you were the beneficiary of Jackson Turi having to spend a little bit of time out of the lineup, and they gave you a chance to do that. And I guess you're also kind of considered one of the mavens of special teams and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So talk about your role on the team.
So basically, I was practicing, and Jackson got hurt on a Wednesday. So I came back and took his spot for that game and just played middle linebacker for most the rest of the season for him and Austin Waits.
Sutherland basketball here with 4:57 to go. Let me see, Brenda, you're a sophomore this year or junior?
Sophomore.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got some mileage ahead of you.
Yep.
Doesn't graduate too many guys. I mean, I know you guys will miss Austin and Bryson and some of those guys and stuff like that, but you guys got a lot of talent returning for next year.
Yeah, we'll be very good hopefully next year.
Shot rolls around and down for Huntley. Talk about some height on this team. This Sutherland team, they got two freshmen. One's at 6'2", and another at 6'1".
Yeah, very tall.
And, well, for the Challengers, I think Laney's our tallest player at 5'10".
Yeah.
Brem with the basketball. She'll dish it back for Robertson. Bounce pass. (30-7) your score. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sutherland. Sutherland, their lineup right now. You got Madison Wagner, who lit it up in the first quarter in the ball game. You have Wicks in there as well. Brem going to shoot from three-point range, and the bank is open late.
Nice shot.
So good ball movement by the Challengers, and starting to see some signs of life here in the second quarter. Wicks. Bounce pass over in the corner, feed it underneath for Wagner. Good defense, though, by the Challengers. Brem is there. And got her feet kind of tangled up a little bit defensively. So you ever play much hoops?
I used to in middle school, but not that much anymore.
Yeah.
Not that good at shooting the basketball.
That was kind of your brother's deal.
Yeah, my brother was really good at it.
Yeah. How's Dominic liking Utah?
Oh, he likes it a lot. He's doing good, super good in school and just working hard.
Ball's loose on the floor, and taking it away is Callie Sweem, one of two Challenger seniors on this roster. Robertson out of backcourt. Bounce pass. Sweem Now they try to throw it down the low block. Pearson trying to hang on to it. She's got it. Kicks it out. Robertson sees Brem. Brem's going to move to the hole. And there with the putback attempt, Lainey Pearson. You know, one of the things I like about this team, they don't quit.
Yeah.
That's one thing you can coach up a lot of things, but you can't. It's like with effort, either you got the want to or you don't.
Yeah.
30-12 ball game here. 2:35 left to go in the second quarter of play. Brendan Van Moort here along with me. He's kind of holds down the middle of the family between his brother Dominic and then his younger sister Gwen, who's playing hoops. And the challengers, 11 points here in the second quarter. Wagner, Wick's going to drive. Wagner at the point. They're going to go ahead and kick it out. Shot from long range. And that is Ava Gill. I remember back when your brother playing, her older brother Mason played for Sutherlin, and he was about 6'4" guy, could jump out of the gym.
Oh. Sutherlin always seems pretty good.
Yeah. I think definitely for their boys team, this is definitely a rebuilding year for them, but I don't imagine they'll stay in a down cycle very long.
Yeah.
Ball down in the corner. Wicks thinking about the three, going to shoot the three a little bit long, but Brem there with the rebound for the challengers. And we'll have a foul called against Sutherlin. .120 to go in the half. Pearson, good hustle here in the first half. Good work around the challenger basket. She's earned a breather. So we got Williams in there along with Jones, Robertson, Sweem, and Brem. Timna, little spin move. Now they're working down low for Brem. Brem has her shot blocked. Wicks out of backcourt. Quickly up the floor they go, and Gill knocks it down. Ava Gill with 7 in the ball game. 35-14, inside a minute to go here in the first half of play. Williams. Robertson, they try to entry pass, but that's broken up by Clark and the Bulldogs. And cutting to the hoop, shot missed by Sutherlin. Ball loose on the floor, and last touched by Cascade.
Who's the leading scorer on Sutherlin right now?
Right now, leading scorer in the game is, I tell you what, they've got, it's really even. You got Gill with 7. You've got Wicks with 7. Wagner, number 10, has 8.
Oh.
And that's the thing. I mean, you know, it's just like with your guys' football team, it's like, okay, well, you could try to focus on, say, Tyler Almacy, but then suddenly Peyton Maurer starts to emerge as the season goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the things I thought with Tristan on the team this year had a little bit more physicality than you guys have had at running back in a little while. So it's kind of pick your poison.
Yeah.
Driving to the hoop. Can't get the shot to go. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the challengers. So Wicks will take care of the inbound. Wicks, nothing but net. And that will end the first half of play. Your John L. Scott scoreboard. The Sutherlin Bulldogs 38 and the Cascade Christian Challengers 14. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
The President's Day event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is MotorTrend's back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a President's Day event deal all month long on every new vehicle in stock. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between 7,000 and 10,000. Be there.
The Start Something New sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is MotorTrend's back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a Start Something New deal on every new vehicle in stock. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Workers' comp claim was denied. Or was it accepted? Now what are you supposed to do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
The President's Day event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is MotorTrend's back-to-back three-peat truck of the year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a President's Day event deal all month long on every new vehicle in stock. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Waiting, even a few days, to report a work injury or illness could cost you everything. But how do you know what you should do? Find out for free. Call Schlesinger and de Villeneuve immediately and let us fight for you.
Here at halftime, it's the Cascade Christian Challengers trailing the number 3 team in the state, the Sutherlin Bulldogs. There's no real surprise here. This Bulldog team, one of the tops in the state. Jim McCoy here along with Brendan Van Morton. I can see Wyatt Rainey, who kind of does this yeoman's effort of being on the camera night in and night out. He's grabbing that microphone, and it's your time to shine, Wyatt.
My time to shine?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us. And, you know, one of the things we didn't have, Brendan, we were talking about my career as a sportscaster during the break, but one of the things we didn't have when I was a student at Cascade 40 years ago is that we didn't have a broadcasting program. And one of the cool things that we're able to do is offer a broadcasting class, and you get guys like Wyatt in there. And Wyatt, we approached you about doing camera for us and that kind of thing. Didn't know that you would say yes or no, but you jumped right on it. And how's the experience been for you so far?
It's been pretty awesome, actually. Watching the games and Austin Maurer slam dunking the ball and all that, it's just pretty awesome to see. And just how the guys over the season have progressed, and just the fierce competition that we've had some games, and just the craziness that's gone on.
Well, a classic case in point, but if I remember here, you weren't here. I had to have Johnny shoot that game. Was the game against Douglas last Friday night, where they were just lights out. I mean, you know, Austin goes off for 41, but Douglas was just, you know, and you see it in football, Brendan, that sometimes, you know, you get a team that just hustles a little bit harder. They just seem to want it a little bit worse, and sometimes things happen.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, that's kind of a fun thing. You think about it, you know, years down the road, and who knows where Austin may go, that you'll be able to tell your kids, you'll have this stuff archived here on YouTube. You can say, hey, it's like, yeah, your dad shot this, and it's kind of fun that way, and it's a kind of a cool way to get involved in it. But actually, this is your second year in broadcasting. What turned you on to it, Wyatt?
Honestly, I just thought it was pretty cool, just because of the whole music aspect, and just being able to produce shows and stuff, because I really like editing things. And just making things kind of work together to produce something that's sort of like a masterpiece in a way. Because each show, it takes a lot of people to make happen, and so when you don't have a couple people, then you're kind of screwed, all honesty.
Yeah.
So,
well, what was it? We had one day, I think, for out of 10 people in our class, only 5 were there that day, either because of sports and early dismissals, or you had people sick, or whatever the case may be, and that kind of thing. But it's kind of cool. Tell for people who don't know, tell people a little bit about the Nail and what it is that we do in that class.
Okay, so basically the Nail was founded in 2017, a couple years before I actually started taking the class, which was my freshman year. The Nail is basically our own radio show that is brought by the Dove, and we basically broadcast Christian music and messages to basically the whole world.
Yeah.
And you can tune in anytime, and we have shows from 4 to 6 p.m., and it's all student ran and guided with Mr. McCoy that's on the mic, along with Brendan and I. And it's overall a great class. It's fun to do, and it's just interesting to learn how to make shows and produce stuff.
Well, what's interesting about it is just think about radio now. I mean, you figure some of the technology we use, for people who kind of know broadcasting a little bit, that you take Audacity. Audacity kind of is a freeware knockoff, if you will, of Adobe Audition. So you can do all the editing, you can put all the different effects behind it and do those kind of things. And then you take Radio DJ, our automation system. It mimics Wide Orbit that the big boys use. Only it doesn't cost you anything. And then we got a database of about 600 songs, and we got 20 different little inspirational messages that all you different guys have recorded. And we got stuff. We even got stuff in there that you recorded 2 years ago. And that kind of thing. And then before the partnership with Table Rock Sports, that was where you would go for audio streaming of the games and stuff like that. And so back when Brendan's brother Dominic was playing, and heck, Dominic was on the station his junior year, I think.
Yeah, I was in the same class as Dominic.
Yeah,
back when he was a junior and I was a freshman.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I remember tuning into the Nail a lot, listening to Dominic's road games.
Yeah. Well, you see, that was a lot of fun, and even that year, we had Matt Van Dyke in the class. Anybody who knows Matt, they know that he's a natural-born ham, and he lives for this stuff. We did a radio, you were part of that, a radio theater, but we did our own version of War of the Worlds.
Yeah, that was fun. It was super funny.
Well, the crazy part of it took us, I think 2 months to put together?
Yeah, it took a really long time because, certain parts were, really, really long, and then, the editing, we had to put in all those crazy sounds and, sci-fi stuff, and so, yeah, it took a while, but in the end, it was a cool production, I think.
Oh, yeah, I remember Seth Thomas being a part of that, and then Matt, and then Dominic, he was the poor airplane pilot that crashed, had to crash his airplane because of the Martians and stuff. And so, no, it's kind of a cool thing to be able to do those things, kind of week in and week out, and do some interesting stuff. Well, Wyatt, we're gonna have to get ready here to get the second half going.
All right, sounds good.
All right, but that's Wyatt Rainey, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get the chance to hear him very much, but here he is tonight working on the camera and making that happen there. As a matter of fact, crazy thing last week, we got to a point in the show where he and Joey Hutchins are singing their parts. It was.
I don't know how we pulled that off, to be honest.
I don't either because Joey laughs more than he talks.
Yeah, the laughing boy.
Laughing boy, yeah.
Joey the wrestler.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. So here it is, going into the third quarter of play. kind of deviating from the script a little bit, and why not? It's senior night, and last home game of the season for the Challenger girls. Just 3 points in the first quarter, but 11 in the second. Made a nice little run there, Brendan, there in the late second quarter.
Sure did. We'll get another run going.
There you go. They'll start out the third quarter of the ball, swing with it. Lots of high wing pressure there. Bremen, they'll line up to start the second half. They'll dump it inside for Pearson. Pearson feeds it for Jones. Jones can't get it to go. Wicks out of traffic. They'll feed it up the floor to Gill, and she's called for the travel. A little love for the officials there. Good call. Brem with the basketball. Kick it back out for Sweem. Sweem drives. She'll shoot. She scores. It's kind of interesting, Brendan, how a player's role will kind of evolve as they kind of go through a program. Maybe they are one type of player as a freshman, and maybe you kind of see some things about their game change as they grow and progress. You see any of that on the football side of things?
Yeah. So I'd say Brody last season, because at the beginning of the season.
Brep got it stuck there between the basket. You see that more often than you think you would.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think this is probably the first time I've seen it during this basketball season.
Yeah.
But you're talking about Brody. Yeah, well, there's a guy, and unfortunately, he's had injuries and stuff like that to deal with. But but he's a heck of a player.
Yeah, at the beginning of last season, he was like my freshman year, his sophomore year, he was on JV, and then a couple people got hurt, and he went up to varsity running back and did very good at it.
Sutherlin basketball, 6:33 to go in the third. Nice move there to the hoop by Clark, and there with the putback attempt. That's Josie Vermillion. Vermillion, I remember from volleyball, and as you know, Brendan, and especially smaller schools like ours, lots of multi-sport athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about football and baseball, and, we got some people that it seems like they're in a sport all year round.
Yeah. Kellen Klecker, last year he was a three-sport athlete, played golf, basketball, and football too.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be fun to see him out on the greens again in the springtime.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, we were talking about, ways he can contribute to the basketball. I think you need to introduce him to a couple of milkshakes.
Yeah.
Put some meat on his bones. But the fact that he's in the weight room, and the funny thing, can you imagine, because this day did exist here at Cascade, could you imagine you guys doing what you do without a weight program?
No, I cannot.
And up till about 15 years ago, there wasn't one. And that was kind of one of the cool things about Mr. Fennell during his days as a athletic director, and bringing in Dennis Konechny to kind of get that going. And then, of course, you got Coach Sean and Coach Everett and those guys,
Yeah, Coach Sean's weight program is very helping our football team, helps our football team well.
Well, and the interesting thing is, and we got a jump ball called on the alternating possession. It'll be Challenger basketball. But I think about, my kid was a soccer player. But, you would think, well, soccer players, what do they need to lift for? Well, forwards don't get pushed around if they've got a good, strong core. And then also, getting good distance in their kick. He almost darn near kicked for the football team his senior year.
Yeah.
And then JT recovered enough time to go ahead and take that back over. But it makes a difference.
Yeah. Soccer seems like a very contact sport.
Yes, it is. A lot more than people realize. A drive to the hoop by Sutherlin, and I think, you've been in games like this, where you get a situation where maybe you get a big lead on a team. They start to make a run. They start to feel a little bit of life. And talk about how if you're a team that's got the big lead and a team's making a run on you, kind of what your thinking process is in reaction to that.
Yeah, so we just try get like a bump start and get back going and just see what they're doing good, try stopping that.
Mm-hmm. Try to kind of get on. It's like, okay, we're not going to let these guys hang around and let's,
Yeah.
To use a hunting term. It's a hunting term, by the way.
Yeah.
You empty the clip on it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're not going to let them get back up.
Yeah.
But, no, that'll be a lot of fun to see what the next couple of years bring for the program. Looking forward to seeing what happens there. You know why it really comes down. He comes down here for the music that Mr. Brown plays during the timeouts.
Yep.
Like that little mashup of We Will Rock You and Back in Black.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good mashup.
Yeah, it is. Robertson with the basketball. She's trapped over there, needs some help. Gets a skip pass over for Jones. Robertson sets a screen for Robertson. Got to shoot. Oh, that one won't stick. Battle on the boards. Pearson and Clark going at it. Clark able to wrest that one away. Tell you this, Wicks, number 2. I tell you what, I think you could put her on a boys team and she would hold her own pretty well. And a 3-point bomb, good by the Bulldogs.
Number 2 is very competitive.
Yeah.
Like.
You'd almost swear she's got to have like 3 older brothers or something like that. Which I'm figuring with Gwenny real quick that you and Dominic must not have picked on her too much.
Try to be pretty nice to her.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Mom appreciates that.
Yeah.
I think that's the challenge we have with the middle school girls basketball program. It's like, okay, you get on the court, you can be aggressive.
Yeah. It's a lot different than the boys, I feel like.
Yeah. But on the other hand, my point guard, Colby Winters, she's fierce.
Yeah, I think she played a few quarters in the 7th grade game today.
Yep. Yeah, get her a chance to play up a little bit, gain some experience that way.
Yeah.
Williams trying to make something happen there, but it's taken away by Sutherlin. Wicks out of backcourt. Up the floor she goes. Driving to the hoop to Vermillion, but Clark is there with the putback.
Isn't Clark a freshman?
Can you believe it?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to see how far they go at state.
Yeah. Well, they're always, lived up there. Roseburg for about 7 years, back in the 90s and early 2000s, and I tell you what, they're always have a good, it's just like our. And Robertson knocks one down from 3-point range. And that's one thing, that girl's got range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of got that little kick at the end of her shot. Out of backcourt. Pass. Just a little too much lead there. Brem getting ready to check back in the ball game for the Challengers. Wicks. Can't get it to go. Jones there. Deflects it for Swaim. Bounce pass. Pearson. Around the horn it goes. Jones going to shoot from 3. She can't get it to go. Yeah, I think I need to take Swim down to the middle school girls program and kind of show them a little bit of what fierce looks like on a basketball court.
He's very fierce.
Shot by Vermillion. Wilson stopping play, and it'll be Challenger basketball as Brem and Allison Kramer making her first appearance of the night.
Is Friday the last game of the season.
Regular season, yeah. It'll be over at St. Mary's. Well, thanks for the lead-in on that because, that will be streamed on Table Rock Sports on Friday night. It will be over at the Jackson Court. And I tell you what, I don't care what the records are.
Yeah.
You know that's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
And
Crosstown rivals.
Yep. And there goes Wicks. She knocks down the triple. 35 seconds left to go in the third. Screen from Kramer to Williams. She'll pick it up. You can tell she was looking in the corner for Kramer, but just a little bit low and outside. So you got anything fun lined up for spring break? Can you believe it's going to be right around the corner?
Yeah, we're going to see Dominic and then hopefully go watch a Supercross race.
Ooh.
Seattle.
Oh, yeah. Those are fun. I actually got to see one in Salt Lake City.
Oh, that's awesome.
I tell you what, that's something else, seeing those guys flying around the track.
Yeah, they're insane.
Yeah. Meanwhile, kicked ball by the challengers. 54-19, 4 seconds left to go in the third. Over in the corner, Wicks, and that will end the third quarter of play. After 3, it is the Bulldogs 54 and the Challengers 19. We'll take a timeout and be back with more here on TableRockSports.net.
See it on national TV all the time. They tell us that funerals can average between 7,000 be there.
The Start Something New sales event is going on now at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokee L 4x4s. Test drive a new Ram 1500 and see why Ram is Motor Trend's back-to-back-to-back 3P Truck of the Year. And remember, we've added the convenience of test drives from your home and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Get a Start Something New deal on every new vehicle in stock, only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
All right, start of the fourth quarter. Here's the fourth quarter. The Challengers and the Bulldogs. Bulldogs come in at 21-1 on the season, 8-0 in league play. So no real surprises about the flow of this game. The only loss that Sutherlin had was to Jervis back on New Year's Eve.
Where's Jervis located?
You know, I've never been. I've lived in Oregon nearly all my life, but I have never been there. I've heard of them, but I have no idea. I had no idea until you guys went over and played Siuslaw.
Yeah.
That Siuslaw was actually Florence.
Yeah, I had no idea about them.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows who they are now.
Yeah. Very good.
So now we're going to know what it's like to go from being the hunter to the hunted.
Yeah.
Takeaway by the Bulldogs. Jim McCoy here along with Cascade Christian sophomore Brendan Van Wart. Plays linebacker on the football team. Going to play a little outfield on the baseball team.
Yep.
We had Wyatt Rainey, our cameraman, check in a little bit for us from time to time this evening. And kind of nice to give you an opportunity, folks, to take in a little bit of, get a little inside look to some of the guys that go to here to Cascade and what it's like over here. Meanwhile, Williams making a move to the hoop. See, now Medford only had one high school when I was in high school, and it was like, there were like 3,000 kids. There's no way, you know. And back then, everything was just called Grace Christian back in those days. And there were like 76 students in the whole high school.
It's crazy.
Back in those days, we played in the same league as Butte Falls, Prospect, Days Creek, Camas Valley.
You guys had to travel far, I bet.
Yeah. When we went to Paisley, we'd make an overnight trip out of that. Jordan Jones
Did you guys play Paisley in soccer a couple years ago?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Remember
That was quite an experience. If I remember right, I think Dominic scored on him.
Yeah. Didn't the bus break down too on the way there or something?
Yeah, we had a deal where the bus broke down just outside of Klamath Falls, so they had to postpone the game. So we ended up doing a home and away deal with them. We played a home game against them and lost on a Saturday, which was kind of humbling, and then turned right around on Monday and played them over at their place and won that one.
Nice. Dominic really enjoyed the soccer team.
Yeah, and I thought until he got dinged. Well, there's just this whole crazy thing last year. I mean, playing soccer in the spring.
Yeah.
And then by then he'd been through his injury, and you get by that point in your senior year, it's kind of like, I kind of got the vibe from him, like, it's time to move on.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go now. Miller tries the shot, can't get it to go. Wicks with the basketball out of traffic. But we enjoyed having him. It was like, I remember he was like, I haven't played since I was a little kid. I was like, it doesn't matter. We'll coach you up, but some of the quality you got, we can't teach those. So, but that was fun. And I'd be lying if I didn't say sweeping St. Mary's last spring wasn't fun too.
Yeah, you guys sweeped them.
Yeah, I think between the two games, we outscored them 11-0.
Whoa.
Yeah. That hadn't been the case. We had not only hadn't scored on them in 5 years, we had not beat them in 5 years. We hadn't scored on them in 5 years.
Oh.
But we caught them on a kind of a down year, and then we had a real full senior class. We had like 8 seniors on that team.
Mikey Melvin play soccer too?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, we miss him. Mikey, if you're listening down the way, come back.
Yeah, I miss him too in class.
Yeah, he's a character. Good soccer player, smart soccer player.
Yeah. Comedian.
Yeah. See, I thought he was going to be our next Johnny for the soccer team, and but this year being what it was. All right, Bella knocked this one down. Oh, just a little bit off target. You can tell the forms there, the shots there, just couldn't get it to go.
Yeah.
3:45 left to go in the ball game. 54-21.
Whole team looks like they're checking in. Whole new starting 5.
Yeah, look, you probably know some of these players better than I do. Well, you got Jerusha's in the ball game. Taylor Folan making her first appearance of the night. Sydney Shipman. She's in your sophomore class, isn't she?
Yeah, Sydney and Timna.
Okay.
Both in my class. Very good friends, it seems like.
Yeah. Pass over on the near side wing. I'll work it back up top for Robertson. She'll move to her left. Gets it for Pearson. Kicks it back out for Folan. Robertson shoots just a little bit short. Fight underneath for the rebound. Taken away by Sutherlin. Pull-up shot. Rolls off there with the rebound. Is Purier for the challengers. Robertson looking for Pearson. Pearson makes a move to the hoop. Can't get it to go. It'll be Cascade ball underneath their own basket. Bounce pass in the low post for Pearson. Whistle and a foul called against the Bulldogs. Foul called against Jada Gary. Robertson. Works it left. Shipman. Robertson there. She's going to glide to the hole. She lays it up and in.
Is Timna leading the team in scoring?
You know, it is on any given night, it's either her or it's Jordan. Steal by Robertson. Glides to the hole. They'll count the basket.
Luckily, it seems like we have a young team.
Yeah. Better days are ahead. And I think we got a good pipeline of Middleton. We got some quality 8th graders that will be coming up next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got some 7th graders behind that and some 6th graders behind that. And I think it's just a matter of consistency. And
Yeah.
I think one of the things that they wanted to make sure of with Coach Robertson when they hired him was he's going to be around a while. And, of course, with him coordinating South Medford's AAU program for years, they knew that there would be a commitment to youth basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as you know, one of the keys, I'm sure, for you for football was putting in your time during those middle school years playing football, playing for Pastor Maben, and and getting that experience.
Yeah, really brings up like a team. It's nice.
Yep. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sutherlin. 39 seconds left to go in the ball game. 54-26. But you even can see in this game, you can see some flashes from the challengers and some of the potential that's out there. But I think for everybody involved, and I think this was the problem that the Sutherlin boys had, because they were pretty strict with some of their protocols with COVID up there, is that they didn't get much time together.
Yeah. Last year when we beat Sandy M, we put in a lot of time.
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing. It was kind of goofy about last year for all of us involved with fall sports. We got a ton of time to get ready for it. Well, buzzer sounds, and that will end the ball game. The Sutherlin Bulldogs defeat the Cascade Christian Challengers by a score of 54-26, but a great opportunity tonight to honor our Challenger seniors, Callie Sweem and Jerusha Perrier. Had a little fun here in the second half as joined by Cascade Christian student Brendan Van Wart, also up here with Wyatt Rainey. Thank you for joining us this evening, and again, tune in to Table Rock Sports on Friday night as the Challengers get ready to take on the St. Mary's Crusaders. So for Brendan Van Wart and Wyatt Rainey, I'm Jim McCoy. Have a great night, everybody.